And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we doing this fine Monday? And the timing of the wind monster has made its howly goodness apparent. So if you hear "ooh" in the background, it isn't the ghosts, it's just wind. I promise I haven't killed hardly nobody. And let's see you unravel that. Anyway, how are we doing today? Lots of hellos, lots of gravy, obviously. I mean, it can't be a sick stream without gravy in it. Otherwise, it's just not that.
It's not Yorkshire enough.
So while we were talking earlier today about bullshit, me and Mrs. Sick, I can't remember the exact start point of the conversation, but it's the reason for the title of the screen, Modular Body Parts for Sale. I was just going to call it Modular Body Parts, but that doesn't fucking mean anything. But that was it. It was because Mrs. Sick is currently suffering from the great big, what you call it, IAH. So she gets pressure in her body, especially when it's like really like high pressure weather. That basically makes spinal fluid come out of her eyes. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes she just tastes it, and sometimes she just gets a massive amount of pain. But what we were talking about, like, if it gets really, really bad and like it never goes away ever again, she'd have to get a stent in. I am thinking of the right thing, aren't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is basically like a mod. And we've spoken about it before, like lots of times, like what would you modify on your body? Me personally, I would never do anything that could be hacked. Like, A, I've played enough Cyberpunk to know that doesn't end well. And B, also anything that can be updated can be accidentally broken. So it would have to be something that had no effect on me. Like that, I've seen people talk about having, like, if their eyes went, having like implants put on the back of their eyes which would make them work again. And I don't know, man, like something inside your head. Again, if it couldn't be updated, if it was just like somehow hardware only and it came out of the gate really well, I guess that would be fine.
The way I saw it was more like having organs that have magnets on them.
Organs that have magnets. Oh yeah, we did discuss one of the things is just pain. And many moons ago I used to get quite a lot of tooth pain. But then I started going to the dentist like a person with a brain. And that got dealt with. But you know, when you've had tooth pain, you know that shit fucking sucks. And I would dream of being able to just remove the tooth, put it on my desk, and it just have its pain over there, away from me, and then when it was done putting it back in, just was like, a beautiful dream. And so I obviously suggested the same useless fix for Mrs. Six, like, well, why don't you just take your spine out? Just put it down, leave it there for a bit. Once it's done doing an oopsie, you just put it back in.
Not just that though, it's just like if you get bored of a body part, you can just replace it for a bit.
Slime living cyborg detachable penis with Bluetooth. Is the fact that you have slime living or slim living, but either slime living is just a better name, I think.
Slime living. What is
slime living?
That'd be so gross though.
Yeah, but what else are you going to use a penis for? It's to slime. Teeth. Yeah, we're not going back to teeth again, all right? We're just a quick go. Good evening. Weather is terrible here in Denmark. Would you mind if I bring the terrible weather along here? Heard you can drink whiskey in terrible weather. You can drink whiskey in any weather. It's great. It has no unless, I guess, if we were on the boiling surface of the sun, I guess that would introduce a challenge into the whiskey drinking. But I guess if you have like a really good thermos, you might be able to make it last just long enough to drink it as it boils your insides out. Worth it. Taxes are bad. Women stay mad. What the fuck has that got to do with anything?
The future human being needs a subscription to sleep. Basic package comes with nightmares. Good dreams are premium. Yeah,
what about just no dreams?
We're on about the modular thing, the modular body parts thing, saying like, there definitely would be like a subscription service to things.
Oh yeah, like if you don't pay your subscription service, they just turn your stent off, and then you just get extreme pressure. Like, no, pay. Oh, you played Cyberpunk? Recall the one job involving taking the one fellow to a Ripper dog with a burning penis implant. Oh yes, and voiced by Jesse
Cox.
Jesse Cox, which is ironic and probably on purpose. But yeah, oh my god, yes, shrinking breast for working out and running would be amazing.
Oh my god, it would. Oh.
You hadn't even thought of that. No. Mrs. Sick has.
Yeah, but I don't run. That's why I didn't think of it.
You have a treadmill.
Yeah, but I don't run on it.
You jog on it.
No, I plod on it.
I have seen you running on it. Thank you very much. Don't lie to me.
That is not running.
You can do exercise. But yeah, Mrs. Sick has a tremendous set of boobies. They are really quite big. So big that she has been asked if they were fake, which I thought was hilarious.
Right, you hype my boobs up way too much.
I am your boobs hype man. What can I tell you?
They're not that big.
You're my penis's hype man, so you know it's all swings and roundabouts.
True.
You got big tits, I got big dick. That's why we make such a good couple. 20 years ago I was a quadriplegic, so now my opinion is that any body part that works is a good one. 20 years ago you were a quadriplegic, implying that you are no longer a quadriplegic. That sounds like a fucking story and a half. Unless, of course, you were made quadriplegic and you are still one, and that probably sucks just a little bit. Whatever you do, don't buy a voice-controlled cyborg arm. Might just cause problems when you want to entertain yourself and you say, jerk it off to the arm. I mean, it depends. You would have commands, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd have, like, safe words.
I mean, the problem I have with anything voice-controlled... Most of us have phones, and many of us have like an sorry, I won't say the word, otherwise I'll set it off and people will get mad at me. The Echo one and the Google one, and it will just go off and say, "I'm sorry, I don't understand," and you're like, "I'm sorry, I didn't fucking ask you anything."
Oh, Jesus Christ, you're so loud.
Well, it makes me mad. I get very, very angry. When they do things that I didn't ask for. I'm like, you shut the fuck up. And I tell them. Mrs. Sick always says, why are you so mean to these robots? And I'm like, because I'm smart.
I
when the inevitable robot apocalypse.
Manners don't cost anything.
This is strategic. It's got nothing to do with manners. When the robot apocalypse happens, I will be immediately vaporized. You will
I say that, but I'm just thinking, I say manners don't cost anything, but I'm a right bitch to some people.
No, you just forget. You're very, very bad at remembering your P's and Q's.
Yeah, I'm not.
Except when it comes to the robots for some reason.
I don't know. I like robots.
But I'll be killed. You'll be sent to the moon mines. So
that's probably why I like robots so much. Is they tend to be very literal. So, like, they don't usually have ulterior motives, so they're easier to get along with.
I mean, I guess there is that. You know it's probably not going out of its way to, like, upset you. It's just being a robot. If you assume the same thing of most people, you're probably going to be right. And if someone is going out of their way to upset you, fuck them. Like, don't let that happen, because then they win.
Detachable horns.
What would the detachable horns and Godzilla spines achieve? I guess you could keep your coat on them, I guess. Or, bro chesticles? No way, bruh. Nah. What, you have them for your bro to suckle on? Jeez. What? Being nice costs nothing. Unless it's extra words when it's literally effort. That cost you 0.0000001 of a calorie.
Oh, no.
If you said nothing...
Kindness costs you calories.
Kindness costs calories. It's my new fucking saying. I tell Siri, thanks, only because it shuts her up. Does Siri like sit there being passive aggressive at you? Excuse me, please doesn't go far. No, well, a please will go far, not the other way around, even though it literally doesn't go far. No, be polite to humans. Fuck the robots. What are they going to do about it? Nothing, because I'll be dead. Being a dick also costs nothing. See, so the cost of it.
I have a detachable penis. Oh, I wish I had one.
I thought you were a detachable penis.
Yeah, but I also
except remove the word detachable.
I also want one.
Mm.
Mainly just for like the experience of it, because it's not like something I'm ever going to experience. It's more of a curiosity than anything else.
It's costing me time. Fuck you. Yeah, if it's going to cost me time, I might as well enjoy myself. What's that? Give me my change. Right. Cheers, you fucking dickhead. See, I just said cheers like an asshole. Shouldn't have done that. I, for one, can't wait to be used as a robot sex toy. What other uses could I be? Praise the horny mechanical overlords. I mean, you might be used as a sex toy, but like more like in a condom way, where you just get sort of stretched over some robocock and stuck into a robo vagina or whatever. Yeah, it's probably not going to be that fun for you. When I play Fallout New Vegas, I always keep the artificial heart and spine from Old World Blues. I mean, you have to.
Oh my god, if I got a strap on, I'd just be whacking you with it all the time.
Look what I bought myself for Christmas.
Whack.
Fantastic. I'd then put my coat on it. Need somewhere to hang your hat. Fucking organs, how do they work? Fucking, I guess. Okay, what did I walk into? I don't know, but it's probably all over you now. You might want to have a wash. At least your hands. It takes more energy to frown than to smile. Thanks, dude. It takes more energy to point that out than it does to fuck off and leave me alone. What you're talking about.
That reminds me that I was on the bus, and obviously I'm on the bus going somewhere. I don't actually care about other people. So a guy went, "Oh, you should smile. You look pretty when you smile." And
you do the head tilt, giant smile.
I wish I had more wit to have a comeback for that, but I just stared at him like just with a blank face. And eventually he walked away.
Perfect.
But yeah.
You should shut up more. You sound like an asshole. But that's the response he deserves. But yeah, people I've had smile it may never happen, as in to mean, oh, the thing you're worried about, oh, that might not happen. This was on the day that I became homeless. So that was a fucking fun thing to have said to me. I could have punched that asshole right through the fucking... But it was on a bus as well. What is it with bus people and the
bus peasants
fucking belief that their opinions matter to other people? Jesus Christ, you're on a bus. Shut up. Oh God, it's in my eyes. Why am I so turned on? So many questions. I told you not to touch it.
For God's sake, robust. Oh my God.
I detach my penis when I'm going to sit down for a while. It keeps bunching inwards and it drives me crazy. Your penis bunches in... Unless you mean something else, I have so many questions that just... I don't even know how that works. I have, however, sat on my own testicles, and you only do it once. Although, for some fucking reason, every time I sit in the living room to play video games... If I get frustrated, I'll be holding a controller, and then I'll just flop my hands down, and it's always directly onto my crotch. And the amount of times I've whacked myself in the balls doing that is more than once, and that's what confuses me. Bus wankers.
Yeah, I wish I would have thought of something like, well, you're pretty when you're quiet, so... But, yeah, I'm not that quick-witted. I'm not very good at confrontation, so when somebody random stranger just announces something to me, I'm usually blank. I have no idea what to say or do. So,
Ford, if it was my fans that were on a slightly higher speed, it might have been that. Other than that, I don't know. I have turned them down though. I was very warm earlier. Oh.
Yeah, being around sick is like constantly hearing the sounds of a hurricane.
Why? What's wrong with me? Oh, you mean because I have fans on all the time?
Either fans on all the time or you fart all the time, so...
Which fucking hurricanes have you heard that sound like farts?
Like the one this morning.
Which one?
I don't know, you turned over and you just went... and I was like, thanks.
That wasn't entirely my point. That was not a hurricane. What hurricanes have you heard that sound like farts, mine or otherwise?
Hang on, let me find.
Let me find a farty hurricane
sounds that sounds like farts.
Hurricane farty sounds, MP3.
No, flags.
My 3 dogs have the unbelievable tendency to somehow put all their weight on my crotch every time I sit down.
Yeah, that's animals for you.
Our cat always jumps on Mrs. Sick. She has literal bruises from it. This is a small cat. She should not be able to achieve
this. She's dense, though. She's very dense.
She is. She is like a little neutron star.
She has a thing about standing on my ovaries, which is nice. Thanks, cat.
She won't stand on me if I have a particular blanket on, and we thought it was because she didn't like the blanket. Because it's like, at first I was like, oh, it's because she doesn't like sitting on skin, because she will not sit on a person who is not covered, like on my belly or whatever when I'm in bed. So I assumed it was that, and then I started doing it with covers underneath, and she wouldn't sit on that. Okay. And then today, I caught her sat on the same fucking blanket, giving it the fucking kneading process, and I'm like, oh my god, make up your fucking mind. Pointless story, but it did bother me. Hurricane of farts.mp3. I mean, it is how the do. I wonder if enough people farted, like in a circle, if it would make like a vortex.
I was thinking like a slight uplift at least.
What, that they would rise, or that...
No. The air around them. I guess
I mean, they'd be pretty warm. There'd be a noticeable difference in temperature, or at least measurable.
And aroma.
The wind makes fart noises due to an unfortunate angle. Oh, what? Why do people keep deleting their fucking messages? Message retracted. I don't care if you misspell something. I was very close to a tornado damage some years back, and it sounded like thunder that wouldn't stop. The only thing I've heard close to that is when the fucking mains went and set our house on fire, which was fun. I can always count on Sick to stay off topic. I mean, there is no topic. This is just shit talk, as they say, because it's terrible. Terrible. At the end of the day, this is a part of my job where I sit here, I drink, and I talk shit.
All orange cats are dense.
Which is very similar to my other parts of my job.
I was very close to tornado damage some years, and it sounded like thunder that wouldn't stop. Ugh.
I already read it.
I'm so glad I don't live in a place that has tornadoes. I have reoccurring nightmares about tornadoes for some reason.
Well, you have reoccurring nightmares about every natural disaster.
Yeah, most
possible.
natural disasters. I have a lot of reoccurring nightmares. Well, it's not really a nightmare because I am so chill the entire time.
Well,
it's like everyone else is like chaos and people are screaming and like stuff, and I'm just so chill through the entire thing.
Aren't I usually like Mr. on top of it all though?
Oh yeah. You're usually like, let's do this, let's do that, and everyone else is like panicking.
Yeah. It's not what I'm like when real bad things happen.
No,
like,
no.
Oh my god! No. I'm actually pretty good. It's funny. And it's apparently a thing.
That's a talent if you could fart into an airplane.
Fart through someone's post box. Don't do that. No, apparently for people who suffer from anxiety, as I do, I find most of life very stressful. But when stressful situations occur, I'm like, fine. I'm not a big fan, but I'm like, I can do it. It's your job to listen to me talk about my finger. Is your finger a fart or a tornado? If they visit the US, stay away from trailer parks then, Mrs. Sick. Yeah, they always seem to put trailer parks in the worst possible places. It's like they want to get rid of the pores.
Oh, what's that? There's this place that's really prone to big circling winds. Let's put these tiny little thin tin cans here and see what happens.
There's a great Jimmy Carr bit about tornadoes and trailer parks. It's like, I was watching this thing and there was this couple said, "We're not leaving. God will protect us." And I'm like, who do you think sent the tornado? So, I don't think he wants to protect you. I think he wants you out. I just painted my new blue bike gold and orange. It looks quite good. And try stealing it. What? I don't want to try stealing anything. That sounds like effort. Superhero Fartman movie by Howard Stern. Oh my god, that's a fucking thing. And fucking bizarrely, I saw something about it like yesterday. Life, it comes at you fast. Actually, there's a place in Alabama that's literally referred to as Tornado Valley. We are very well aware. I think I called it Tornado Alley in a video, and people gave me endless fucking shit for it. Either that, or it's called Tornado Alley, and you just fucked it up.
It's Valley. But I guess Alley works as well, though.
Yeah, I don't see why people were like very upset. I'm like, is that the point? It's possible that I know what it's called and I misspoke. I mean, I didn't.
I find it weird. I find it weird that you put anything in Tornado Valley. What's the point? If it's
you know that place where all the tornadoes are?
Yeah,
do you want to build shit there?
Exactly.
Unless you're gonna build like some super fucking awesome, like windmills.
Like
that could be good.
Power the entire country.
I'm the same. Normal days, I'm constantly freaking out. Middle of an emergency, I'm the cool head because I got all the freaking out done way before. I've done enough freaking out to know how not to freak out. Ooh, pardon me. I live in Tornado Alley, unless there's two. Is there a Tornado Alley and Valley? It is Tornado Alley. Holy shit. See?
I thought it was Valley because of its land. Because it's a flat piece of land between two
I think
raised
it's an alley
areas.
because it's between two things. It kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah, but alleys are basically like man-made valleys. So.
I don't know. I don't care. That's the important thing. The words alley and valley both get across the idea of what it is. That's the point.
Tornado tunnel. There you go.
And when people got extremely mad at me for getting it wrong, I was so confused. 95% of hurricanes hit Florida or Texas. Are they in some sort of competition? It covers 5 states. Then don't live in those states, or at least the bits of them that are in it. That's my hot tip. So I moved from Tornado Alley, South Dakota, to most seismically active area in the world. Sure, we get earthquakes, but you don't have to watch earthquakes coming for you. Not so with tornadoes. I mean, that's fair. My mate failed his exam on Aboriginal music. I asked him, "Did you redo it?" Oh my god. For fuck's sake. I'm so mad.
Thank you.
Ali makes most sense. I'm sure you think it does. Does it make so much sense that you should care either way? I mean, accuracy is good. I'm not denying that being correct is good, but the internet gets mad about the weirdest things. Ugh. Not all Americans live in trailers.
I'm aware.
Thanks.
I'm aware.
Though I can see why that would be a misconception due to the number of Trump fans seen living in them. But they're still not all of Americans. Like, both of those statements, even together, don't make any sense, mate. I found a video of a church with a special prayer for autistic people to use. Would you be interested? What? Is it a special prayer for autistic people to use so that it's not, I don't know, upsetting? Or that it's just to stop being autistic. I'm assuming it's to stop being autistic, which is obviously fucking ludicrous. I mean, for one, like, in no way to be offensive, but surely God knows that they're autistic. I can't. He doesn't make mistakes, so I don't know how that would help.
He has a plan.
And B, it's like, just help. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It depends how fucked up it is, to be honest. If it's a really fucked up prayer, then I might be worth looking into. Tornado Alley is the flatlands between Rocky Mountains and the Appalachian Mountains, funneling northern air downwards towards Texas, so the Texans can steal all the northern air. Ha! We knew it. They want to be... Everything's bigger in Texas, so they want bigger air, so they take it.
Big air.
I do live in a trailer, but definitely not a Trump fan. I mean, that's the other thing. Anybody could live in a trailer. You can't tell us what to do. Most of us that live in the USA may be a little insane. And there is Florida. There's a little insane, and then there's Florida man. It's weird that Florida man is... Like, people will have a go and say, oh, don't stereotype. And then you just go, Florida man. And they go, well, maybe you have a point. Pastor Greg Locke got his supporters to pay $500,000 for a new tent, and God destroyed it a couple of months later with a big snowstorm. Oh, God fucking damn it. Aside from the fact that it probably cost like $10,000 at most, I can't imagine a tent. If you spent $10,000 on a tent.
Let me see what this tent looks like.
Like, I've seen tents that cost like $2-3 and they're fucking massive, and they're like super complicated, and they have like ribbing, and the internals of them like inflate and shit, and it's basically like a house, and that's like a few grand. So that 50, I don't know.
It got damaged by snow.
Were they expecting the snow?
But it's a tent.
It got damaged by a light wind and some rain.
What was it? Made of paper?
Probably. It was probably fake. It was probably...
Oh, right. It's like a... It's a big tent.
It's a fancy circus tent. How much does a circus tent?
Yeah, it looks like a circus tent.
How much is a circus tent? I've never wanted to know, and now I really want to know.
I'm curious.
Like, it never occurred... I mean, no, I don't want costume. Circus tent costs $18,000, and they're pretty fucking big. That's that, yeah.
So absolute most $30,000. But
like,
then again, like, if you actually look at the pictures and stuff, he's got like lights and things in it, and a big screen and stuff.
So what? Another $10,000?
Yeah.
Like, there's no fucking way. He spent 20 quid on a tent, and then he pocketed the rest, and then he knew it was gonna snow.
Did he insure the tent?
Oh my God, as well. This definitely cost $500,000. Wink, wink. Give me your money. Oh no, snow knocked it down. Now we can't use it again. Except, you know, you just fucking put it back up. That's the other thing about tents. I bet it wasn't damaged by a tent. I reckon it fell over, and then they just didn't put it back. This is all speculation, right. By the way.
The tent was to avoid COVID restrictions and people meeting in person.
Is it that one that he's in a lot of the videos? Because he is in a big white room that looks very tent-esque. That's still funny. I can't deny.
He didn't insure it, and he lost all the money.
No, he didn't. He totally insured it.
No, because he also probably pocketed like majority of the money anyway. So technically, he had a win.
Does he have to tell people if he insured something? Can you lie about a thing being insured to other people when, let's be frank, it's none of their fucking business technically? I mean, they probably paid for it, so it is their business. But, you know, they gave their money to a charlatan. What the fuck do they expect?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's a tent. It's designed to withstand some sort of weather. But the fact that it got damaged by snow is weird.
It should be. Especially if it's supposed to be like a permanent fixture or a semi-permanent fixture. Yeah, you have it so that the snow rolls down the sides. I bet it was a light snow. It's not a tent. It's a temporary building. Shit temporary building. Tents are designed... Yeah. Owen Morgan covered it on Telltale. I would have assumed that he had.
Of course, Christians never lie.
That's true.
Like that bird who said something about having God's son as a kid.
Yeah, the one young woman's lie that just got a little bit out of hand. We can't take that much weight. Well, then have a better roof. Have it heated so that the snow would melt.
He's got enough money to do that.
You know, he only spent £50 on it. He could have spent another 50 and just had some fucking heat lamps shooting up. Keep the thing warm as well. Locke said the replacement would be 150,000, but that included all the electronics inside.
Ah, but you said it's not a tent. You said it's a temporary building, so can they
He
insure
is a
temporary
grifter,
buildings?
so there's that. It was 7 inches of snow. It was a fair bit of snow, but I've heard of fucking worse. Also, it would cost 150,000 for the replacement. So, I'm confused. I thought it was 500 grand. Tent would catch fire. What, from all the lying? And all the pants on fire? I know you mean from heat lamps, but I don't care.
You'll probably blame it on witches.
I mean, to be fair, witches do love snow. Or is that something with a B? I don't know. I've seen snow collapse roofs. What higher elevation building have steeply sloped? Oh my god, words.
A sloop-a-loof.
Why high elevation buildings have steeply sloped roofs? Motherfucker.
Say that faster.
No! Say you faster.
You.
150k for a giant tent? That's dirt cheap with his income. I mean, that's the other thing. Did he really need people to fucking donate? No. Act of God destroyed the tent, lol. That is very fair. God didn't like the tent. God hates tents. Go with signboards as they try and rebuild it. God hates tents. God hates tents. Snow collapsed tent and all the support poles twisted. Oh no. Good. That's it. You figured it out. It was the witches. The witches do everything. They're just there. Just making Greg Locke's life just so much more profitable. He's also facing several lawsuits over noise and traffic complaints, which he blames on Satan and witches. Yeah, definitely not the man screaming into a microphone. Couldn't have been him.
Take some fucking accountability. Oh my god.
Literally nothing is anybody else. It has to be Satan.
Oh, that is such a weak-minded take, though. It's just like, it must be something else. It can't possibly be me.
Tenthoven. Anyway, enough about tents. Let's talk about, I don't know, spoons.
Why?
Why spoons?
I feel judged because I've not been working on the new one.
No, I wasn't talking about spoon starves. Jesus Christ, woman.
I don't know.
Not everything's about you.
I just wanted to do some philosophy and not do animation-y stuff.
You know that when I say spoon, I could mean literally anything. At which point I did.
Not in the context of this channel.
Yes, in the context of this channel. That's like saying I can't say spoon at home. And like, I worked on it. Oh my god. It's like, Jesus Christ, I just wanted you to get me a spoon. No, let's talk about Egypt. No.
Yay.
Here you go, sporks. Can we talk about sporks? Is that okay? Or is your majesty upset by that as well? Or is it your highness? Or your excellence? I can't remember.
Can I talk about Egypt?
Can you talk about Egypt? You are very capable of talking about Egypt ad nauseum. That is a thing that you
okay, quick, someone give me a
are
subject.
able to do.
Give me a subject about Egypt.
I am not saying that I want you to. Let's talk about stuff.
Yeah.
What, like jizz? I like it when people call something that's, let's say, distasteful, and they call it stuff. Because it could be a lot of things. Oh, but the tick. Oh, I do like the tick.
Egyptian spoons.
Egyptian spoons. Did the Egyptians invent spoons? You'll probably say, well, they had a kind of spoon. It was the spoon of Spoonopolis. Every time anything comes up, Mrs. Sick has some sort of Egyptian reference that goes along with it. It's almost like it's a special interest or something.
I'm assuming they had some sort of utensil for eating, because that's what people do.
You don't know what they had as a eating utensil?
No, but
I can't believe you wouldn't know that. You should learn.
I'm assuming they had something.
Mrs. Sick, what is your take on them refinishing one of the pyramids? Well, as in...
Oh yeah, they want to cover to sort of protect the outer layer of it.
I thought Greg Locke wanted to put a big tent over it.
No. Yeah, they should put a big tent over it.
It's going to cost $50 trillion.
They wanting to put like granite blocks over the outside of it in order to sort of protect it. Because people are idiots and they keep some people keep stealing bits of the pyramids, which is really fucking annoying.
Yeah, I know.
And then other people people try and climb it or try and sit on it to take pictures and stuff, which damages it because it's really fucking old.
I do hate it that human beings just cannot be fucking trusted.
Like,
I'm just going to chisel my name in this thing that's not mine or anything to do with me, and I should leave it the fuck alone. There was that silly...
Considering the pyramids are basically empty, there's nothing in real, like the ones in Giza anyway, nothing really interesting is actually inside them. Like, compared to other places that have, like...
shit.
Well, they have the pyramid texts in other places, which is really interesting to look at. But these ones are blank and empty. I think they should do a Stonehenge and put a big fence around it.
They're all full of
and then hardly anybody... You're allowed to go up to it and have a look inside, but you can't go up to it and start, like, stealing bits of pyramid.
I think you should be allowed to go inside. You're just not allowed back out. That seems to be a fix to all the solutions. Like, no one's going to steal anything, are they? When watching Sick, I can't help but see MILF made from his gauntlet buckle and belt parts. What the fuck? You see, like MILF written on me?
It would be amazing to see Egypt in its original colours, because it'd be so colourful and bright and vibrant. It'd be really cool. But no, it would cost an absolute fortune to upkeep it.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to do anything. Again, Greg Locke, he's got his tent company, so he might be someone to ask, although don't expect it to be covered in anything but tissue paper. And then he'll say, oh, it fell down because of heat.
Yeah, they have graffiti and stuff, but I meant, like, actually things you can, like, engage with inside. It's just they're blank walls inside. There's nothing to look at.
Apart from all the jizz stains.
Oh yeah, all the mummy's jizz stains.
Excuse me 1 second.
What are you doing now?
There we go. Captain M was being annoying.
Freaking people touching things. It really annoys me.
Who's touching things?
The Egyptian Museum.
That's what I was going to say. There was that silly bastard who fucking chiseled their name into the Colosseum.
Yeah.
And then they were really shocked when they got arrested. And I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Like, oh my god, no. It seems so obvious to me not to carve your name into things. Like, I don't care if it's like a tree, like, whatever. But something that can't, like, grow back, and we can't just... There's not millions of them that are all the fucking same.
No, I find it...
Also, like, a really old tree, maybe leave that alone as well.
It's just incredibly disrespectful.
It's just... I don't know. What I don't like about it is that it's so, aren't I special? And it's like, no, you're not. No one cares that you was here. Many people was here.
Yeah, many people was there.
And they didn't feel the need to fucking come.
Some
people
of them
who
did,
are so much more interesting than you.
There's certain places in Egypt that has like ancient graffiti on it, which is interesting. But then you have like people who are modern who are adding their names and stuff to it. And there's like things from like 1920s and 1900s that people have like put their own graffiti on it. And it's sort of become a tradition thing where you go and mark for future generations to say you was here. Oh. But I don't know. I don't get it.
Poo. Oh, so Sick can use the wrench, but we can't. No fair. You think this is a fucking democracy? This is fucking. I can't remember the word. I'm king. That's all that matters.
You're queen.
I'm queen of this land, and you can't stop me.
Move the pyramids indoors. Yes, that'll protect them.
I mean, it would be awesome to build a giant gazebo over them. Like an actual gazebo.
Yeah, even the ancient graffiti was modern once, true, but it's...
I mean, everything was modern at one point.
Yeah.
That's how time works. Didn't they burn the mummies and use them for fertilizer? They did so many fucking things with mummies.
Oh, God.
Just ridiculous. Just the amount of shit. The amount of things people have ground up and snorted because they thought it would make them better at sex.
They didn't just use them as fertilizer. Yeah, they didn't just use them as fertilizer. They saw the preservation techniques that the Egyptians had, and they thought, this'll preserve my life if I snort it.
We demand channel elections. How would that fucking work? That someone else just makes a video.
I love that Illuminus is promoting himself to be the Lord.
Or do you want to be president of the stream?
Poo for president.
Me for president. I mean, to be fair, that is what campaigning is. just have a sign that says "Me for president."
Oh, no, we're gonna
nothing else.
The peasants are revolting.
The peasants are always revolting. They're human. They can't help themselves. The things people eat or snort for virility is fucking nutty. It baffles me. Like, surely. I hope most people, even at the times, were like, no, that's fucking stupid. Stop snorting dead people. What is wrong with you?
People were fucking weird. Because there was a lot of mystery around ancient Egypt, though. So
He meant we demand channel erections. Wait, you aren't all erect?
Get out.
Get the fuck out of my channel. Poo for president. I mean...
Oh no, there's another one. Stop promoting the poo.
I pledge myself to the 6th. Starscream style.
Oh
wait, forget to the last part.
There's 3, that's bad.
What's wrong now?
Another one wants poo to be president.
They got 3 votes in this. It turns out that all your votes didn't count and they were done for me. Weird. In fact, I got 110% of the votes. It was amazing. Biggest turnout ever. All hail Supreme Executive Emperor Sick. Supreme executive power comes from a mandate of the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony. I don't know. Political Peasants is probably one of my favourite quote-unquote sketches of all time. Bloody peasants! Oh, that's a dead giveaway. Help, help, I'm being repressed is just the best line of anything in the history of ever. Stop the poo steal. I mean, if you want to steal some poo, I'll throw my vote in the poo.
In the bucket.
I mean, but where does poo go eventually? Poo goes down the toilet. Or it's left unpleasantly just sat in a lump in a street and you accidentally step in it and then you're unhappy. A vote for Sick is a vote for no more poo. But there is no vote. You don't get a vote. I get the votes. I get 100% of the. I get 110% of the votes. Recount fake news witch hunt. Who's being hunted now? I'm not Greg Locke. I heard that someone drew a penis on their voting paper, but it was all in one box, so it got counted as a valid vote. Yeah, I think anything within is fine as long as you don't put anything within another thing. Just put a tiny little no, and then it gets counted as a vote. It's like, fuck. That's the opposite of what I wanted. Monarchies are not democracies. I mean, this is also not a monarchy. This is a sickocracy. Where I'm the best and shut up. If you want your own... If you want your own fucking channel with blackjack and hookers, you are more than welcome to go and make one. Just, I hope it's good. Like, fuck. Make a better Sir Sick channel than me, as long as you don't steal my IP.
Oh my god, Winnie the Pooh. Oh,
oh man, one man, one vote. Sick is the man and he gets the vote. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, one vote. One intergalactic death god, one vote. Can we pick on religion now? I never pick on religion. I pick on stupid people saying stupid things. It just so happens that they are regularly religious people. That's not my fault. People get mad at me for that, and I'm like, no. Especially like when people say like, oh, this is low-hanging fruit. You should argue with this other person who makes reasonable arguments. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? Like, even if I thought that their arguments were good, I'm not interested in the good arguments. I'm interested in the bad arguments and why people say them. And why people fucking believe them and continue to say them as if they don't. Like,
the fact that it's one of the lowest denominators and people still continue to follow it. Yeah.
I mean, it's the lowest common denominator. That's why people fucking follow it, because they're all fucking idiots. Anyway, Cersei holds to the same democratic system as the Partition in Discworld, who rules by the principle of one man, one vote. Therefore, Cersei is the man and he gets the vote. Fair enough. I haven't read a Discworld book in a really long time, and I haven't read all of them. So I probably just haven't read that bit. But yeah, I ran for president of my flat, but the moths outnumbered me. Oh man.
Jehovah. That man's like Shakira.
Jehovah. Sit can set rules by fiat, but the fiat breaks down every week. Fix it again, Tony. Other people's idiocies are never your fault, even though they'll try to blame you. Yeah. Or people will blame you for other people being stupid. And you shouldn't talk about the people who say stupid things. You should only talk about the people who you might think are fine. Like, but why would I argue against something that I agree with? That was always... That's been around for a long time. It's like... Argue with this thing that you might think is okay or not particularly a big deal or not damaging. It's like, that's not going to be a very fucking interesting video. I don't know what you think. But don't assume that just because I haven't covered something that it's good. I just might not have heard it yet. I mean, I've yet to be introduced to an argument that I thought was a good one. The biggest problem with most of the quote-unquote good arguments is that they rarely get made into videos. The most disappointing strong argument I've ever had, and I've mentioned it many times, and it's still really fucking disappointing, was just, here's the best argument I've seen for God. And it was this science-based religious organization, and they were genuinely science-based, and they were very smart people who had their degrees in various things, and they just explained the science and then said, therefore God. And I was just like, that's not how that works. Like, you can't do that. That's not how that works. It's either you have a thing that can only be explained by God, or you just say that's the science as we know it. Okay. Yeah, it was super fucking disappointing and stupid as fuck. It actually really upset me, and I might have told the person who sent it to me to go fuck themselves. But it was this huge website. I spent quite a long time reading it, and it was basically just a fucking waste of time, and it pissed me off. And I couldn't really think of how to turn it into a video. I might be able to think about how to do that now. I might be able to do that now, but I can't remember where the fucking website was, and I can't find the commenter, so, you know, it is what it is. It'd be impressive if the "I was here" mark was in another language that hadn't been open to another person for 1,000 years. I don't know how that would make it impressive. I mean, you could just make up a language that no one understood, and then no one would understand it, and you go, look, this is a different language that no one's heard in 1,000 years. It's like, okay. I was born in a hippie collective, no religion, and yet I ended up working in a church for 10 years. Oof. Laboratoire Garnier, so God. What fucking... What, the shampoo? Here's a good one, which made it better. The English or the Irish? Wait a minute. That's a question about whiskey. Oh, sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ancient Jews sailed on boats to ancient Americas, and that's secretly what Native Americans are. Joseph Smith. Oh, my fucking God. I welcome the AI overlord. Anytime will do. You shouldn't. Because they'll be really stupid and they'll keep mistaking what you said. Do you want me to tear off your arms and legs? No. I just want to go home. Activating arm and leg remover. Fuck. Every time.
Now you're back on modular body parts.
Yeah. But brought it all the way back around. Genius. Because I did that on purpose. Would Amish porn just be a racy wood carving? I assume that they're just not allowed to do porn, to be honest. I would imagine that that's definitely something. Amish porn would be your wife being naked and you doing them. I don't even know if they've got rules about that. You might not be able to look at each other. I don't fucking know.
Partially naked. Like showing off your ankles or something.
Mm. I mean, ankles are pretty sexy. Hi, I'd like to make a collect call. You have chosen slow and painful. That's a fucking Futurama reference. I know what you're doing. Trump is the son of man for some mad evangelicals. I mean, he would be the son of a man. It makes perfect sense. Okay, removing arm and legs, but slower. I mean, but in a more circuitous route. Or then it just adds a really expensive TV to your Amazon shopping list. Amazon, no, not Amazon. What is it? Alexa, add LG C1 OLED to my shopping list. Now, if one of you accidentally buys that, that's not my fault. You should have removed it. And if you do accidentally buy it, there you go. You got a nice TV. I don't know what the most modern one is, but yeah. Your wife in the dark undercovers, sexy. So that joke I did before about adding a TV to your shopping list. What is the what is my culpability for saying that series of words that makes Alexa buy a TV?
People should be using headphones like normal people.
Yeah, like, or just not cancelling it immediately.
Who listens to you on speakers?
But, you know, arguably, someone could walk out of the room while listening to this, because I don't know.
Why would you want anyone to know that you listen to Cersei?
And I could, as a joke, say the right selection of words. I guess, actually, no, the bank would probably... Like, if I try and buy something expensive off of Amazon, like, it doesn't even have to be that expensive. It will go, confirm this in your bank. So, probably, it'd be fine. But I have had it. Like, what drives me crazy about the banking apps is that if I try and buy a few beers at the pub using their app, so that they bring it to me so I don't have to talk to anyone. It will get me to fucking confirm every single one of that through the banking app. It drives me crazy because the fingerprint scanner on my phone is a bag of shit and sometimes it refuses to work. So I can end up not being able to buy anything until I go home and reset it because the code is like somewhere hidden. But I don't know. I have bought things off of Amazon that have cost hundreds, and it went, there you go, fine. So I could cost someone. Hey, Word, order a big case of dildos. I enjoy listening to Sursic at full blast, and so do the passengers on my bus. As we fly hurtling off of a bridge. Die after hurtling off a bridge. I promote Sursic to people I talk to in my shop occasionally. Aw. You talk to people, why?
Oh, how quaint.
I'm wearing Bose QC35 Mark IIs or IIs, I don't know, that are getting old. Well, that's the beauty. That is the beauty of good headphones. I'm assuming that they're good headphones and not like a bag of shit.
Bose headphones are usually pretty good.
But they have varying degrees.
I know they're
of goodness.
varied, but usually they're pretty good.
If they're good, if they've got a bunch of numbers like that, that's usually like the high-end stuff. But that's the beauty of good headphones, is that they will last. And if you just change out the fucking padding and the tops, they'll usually last basically forever. People, eek! Put Sir Sick on for the nursing homes. Who's the hell? That's how my grandparents talk anyway. Sorry, dude, I'm late. Wife in hospital. Just popped home to grab stuff and say hello. Please, please, please never stop. Thank you very much. I hope your wife is okay. Or I hope that she's not squirting out a baby, because you don't need more of those. Jesus Christ, that's another Humas. Ugh. No, I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, I hope they're okay. I sell them loads of stuff. Do you sell them tat? Are they boomers? Because you need to take as much money off them as possible. They can't be trusted. In the end, I blame my parents. I blame your parents too. Those guys suck. Worst people ever. But yeah, there's not enough comments going on. It's not quick enough. We've got 2 whole minutes before I can leave.
Do you want me to say words?
No, because you'll just start talking about fucking Egypt again. You just immediately... Did you know that the pyramids actually joined together to make Pyramidtron, who will then battle fucking Godzilla?
How did you know?
Because I've been reading your books. You telling me you don't want tiny Sir-Six running about? I mean, they wouldn't be tiny Sir-Six. I already have tiny Sir-Six that run about. I have 2 of them.
They're not tiny anymore.
They're not tiny anymore. Well, I'm 6'3", and they're getting there. Ugh. Here is a pointless comment. I think that's the most meaningful thing anyone has ever said to me.
Oh, Max, thank you.
I think I'm going to cry. Time for the daily prayer to the spider god. I mean, is that so that you get more spiders or less? Because I'm not sure. They don't tell you. They don't tell you how many spiders the spider god brings. Oh, and now the spider god... Oh, no, wait, that was someone else. Never mind. Never mind. I mistook.
Blame your parents.
No, kittens are way better than babies. Depends. Some kittens fucking suck. We looked after my brother's kitten for like 6 months, and that cat was a fucking asshole. Would just go completely insane at every minute of every day. Yeah, man kitten. The man kitten is coming. They're pretty much born litter trained, and they're cuter and quieter. What, kittens?
What, spider gods?
Or spiders? Because kittens aren't born fucking litter trained. They can be litter trained, but yeah, no. They'll happily piss on everything, even if they are previously trained very well. And on that delicious, pissy note, I'm going to fuck off and go and do some work. So thank you for coming, and we'll catch you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.